As you climb higher and higher through the atmosphere, the air gets thinner. Eventually, it gets so thin that you'll need supplemental oxygen to avoid getting hypoxic. Let's see what happens when I go up to 15,000 feet without using any.
Right now, we're at 10,000 feet. After 14,000 feet, all required flight crew members must use supplemental oxygen. After 15,000, all passengers must be supplied supplemental oxygen. Granted, they don't actually have to use it. Even though we're below the requirements for the PIC to have supplemental oxygen, he's going to go ahead and throw it on now at 10,000. I'm going to forego this and see what effects of hypoxia start to hit me. Right now, Brett is wearing a pulse oximeter. The pulse oximeter is measuring the oxygen saturation in his bloodstream. Prior to putting on supplemental oxygen, his blood oxygen saturation was about 87%. After putting on supplemental oxygen, it's closer to 95%. And according to him, he's already starting to feel a little bit better. Now, there's a whole bunch of pieces of equipment that you can use to stay safe when flying up at high altitudes. One of them is the Sentry Plus, which we have connected to our iPad right now. As we pass through 12,000 feet, we have our pressure altitude sensor in our Sentry Plus giving us a warning on foreflight. Now, as we're passing through 12,500 feet, I'm going to go ahead and put on this pulse oximeter. Now, Brett had this pulse oximeter on earlier, and it showed his blood oxygen saturation after putting on oxygen was closer to about 95%. Between 12,500 feet and 14,000, all required flight crew members must use supplemental oxygen if you're up there for more than 30 minutes. We're starting to pass through 13,000 now, and it looks like I am at about 88% blood oxygen saturation. Once you start going below 90%, that's when the first stages of the hypoxia's effects begin kicking in. Right now, we're passing through about 13,600 feet. The initial stages of hypoxia are slowly starting to settle in for me. The biggest effects that are starting to hit me now is a little bit of the lightheadedness. Not so much the euphoria, but a little bit of the lightheadedness, a little bit of the drowsiness. Nothing too crazy, but I definitely feel a little out of breath so far. All right, now we're passing up through 14,500 feet. At this point, all required flight crew members must have supplemental oxygen available to them. I'm just a passenger, I'm not touching the controls or anything. So even though I have oxygen available right here, I'm not using it. Last I measured in the pulse oximeter, my blood oxygen saturation was about 80%. All right, still have the same effects as before, still a bit of the lightheadedness, still a little bit of the dizziness. Now I'm starting to have the sense of euphoria. So if you remember, the sense of euphoria is that sense of being slap happy. It basically feels like you're drunk. So you feel very happy, everything seems kind of like a dream. It almost is like you're about to fall asleep. All right, so now we've leveled off here at 15,000 feet. My blood oxygen saturation is still roughly the same as before. I'm definitely starting to feel a little bit more lightheaded, definitely feeling a little more dizzy. Definitely feel more out of breath. It feels like you're hiking at the top of a mountain right now. Every breath you take, even if you take the deepest breath you can, it doesn't really feel like you got a deep breath of oxygen. Now, the whole time we've been up here, we've been using this Oxygo pulse oximeter to measure my blood oxygen saturation. But in reality, not everyone's going to have a pulse oximeter available to them at any given time. However, it's become increasingly common that a lot of smartwatches have pulse oximeters available within them. So whether it be your Apple Watch or even this Garmin D2 Mach 1, you can measure it straight from your wrists. So right now, this D2 Mach 1 is measuring roughly 85% blood oxygen saturation, within about 1% of what I was getting on my pulse oximeter from Oxygo. So still fairly accurate, still better than nothing. Now, Brett here is going to start giving me some math equations and other various stuff to see if my judgment's impaired. So,
all right, Noah. So we've got 43 gallons of fuel currently on the airplane on this 182. How many pounds is that?
43 gallons. That'd be 6 pounds per gallon, so 258 pounds.
All right, good. You got that right. All right, our CHT currently is running at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. What's 350 divided by 7?
350 divided by 7 would be 5, I believe, right? Something like that?
50.
Be 50. Got there's an extra 0 there.
All right, we'll try that problem again when we get back on the ground. Yeah, you're definitely off a little bit.
So we've been flying up here at about 15,000 feet for roughly 30 minutes now. My blood oxygen saturation is still about the same as before, about 84 to 85% on the pulse oximeter. At this point, I'm going to start taking a hit of supplemental oxygen. Right now, I have this Aerox Boomula style oxygen system connected to a Skyox oxygen bottle. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move this away for a second and put it in my nostrils and start breathing in through my nose. Now that I've been wearing supplemental oxygen here for a couple minutes, I've started taking a lot of deep breaths, breathing in through my nose, out through my mouth. trying to get all that oxygen flowing through me. My pulse oximeter is showing a blood oxygen saturation of 93%. That's a climb of nearly 10% so far. I'm already starting to feel some of those symptoms go away. I still feel a little bit of the lightheadedness, but a lot of the euphoria is gone. I'm already feeling tremendously better. I'm feeling less tired, more importantly.
Now that we're descending back down to pattern altitude at Claremont County, I wanted to give a little more insight on the oxygen system that we've been using today. We've got a 15-liter SkyOx bottle sitting behind us here. It's got a 4-way click-of-breath connector. That's actually the connector and the regulator that our oxygen masks are connected to. Kind of a neat system because it allows you to actually dial in the rate based on your altitude. So today we were at about 15,000 feet for this exercise. Came out to about a half a liter rate of oxygen. Now we're using the oxidizer system. As you can see, this little capsule here underneath my neck, which regulates the oxygen into the cannula for a very efficient delivery of oxygen. Now, if you're flying up higher, I'm sure you've seen the masks before. Many times these are used above 18,000 feet. That's the general guidance on that. If you, of course, could use a mask down lower. Less efficient, though, than the cannula. When you hook the mask up, it actually tells you on the click-of-breath regulator, you've got to dial up the oxygen flow for 15,000 feet to 2-liter flow. So you can see here that this cannula is about 4 times more efficient than a mask. But again, you probably want to think about a mask when you're flying up higher, above 18,000 feet or flight level 180. Now, what Noah's wearing here is a nice accessory for those flying with the Bose A20 headset. By Aerox, it's called the Boomula. Kind of a neat way to screw it into the other side of your ear cup and have the cannula attached right to your headset. One less thing to have to think about and another accessory to come around. The pulse oximeter we've been using is the Oxigo. Very nice and convenient. Takes the reading within a matter of seconds. Been very efficient. I also have an Apple Watch that I've been using to keep an eye on that. And they both been within about a percentage or so. So great options there. One other option if you're flying, say, between 8 and 10,000 feet below the altitudes where the regulations require oxygen use for you or passengers is a portable boost oxygen bottle. I fly with these a lot in a Piper Aztec if I'm not up in the higher altitudes for me and my family. Less than $20 gives you a nice portable system. It's going to make you feel better. My wife and I will take a breath every 10, 15 minutes or so. Basically just take your boom mic down, squeeze the trigger, and then inhale. And you'll really feel that kind of boost, as the name is called, obviously, of oxygen and kind of a little bit of energy. But a great way, again, if you're maybe more susceptible to hypoxic factors or just want to be more comfortable on the flight and don't want to invest in a full system or maybe don't fly as much at higher altitude, this is a great alternative.